I can already see I'm a ruler in this kingdom. I think if I can control how they feel, I can control how they think. If I can whoop these all-stars, doesn't that mean I'm the best ever?
I'm Russell Hantz, and this is the Russell Hantz Show. Today I want to talk to you guys about something that someone tweeted to me and asked me if I could answer that question. And it was like, who would I choose in Survivor if I had to choose my team? So I thought that was very, very interesting, and I tweeted to him saying that I appreciate the question. I think that that's something I'm going to look into. I think it's an amazing question, so let's get into it. So let's just say that Mr. Probst called me individually and said, "Hey Russell, I want you to tell me 9 people, 10 including you, that you want to play with you for Survivor." In other words, he's calling, who could it be? Sandra, more likely Rob, and he's asking him the same question. Who are the people that you can trust and that can actually take you further in the game? So this is going to be a very interesting list. I have 4 males and 5 females. Some of you be like, why that person? Again, it's someone that I need to get me further in the game. In other words, I have to trust them and I have to know that they can win to get me further in the game. So, for instance, Natalie White. I trust her. She can't help me. Physically, she can't help me. So, if you have 2 survivors they're choosing the best in the field, right? The best that ever played. So I need to focus and do my thing like I usually do with this. So here it is. My top 9 people that I would choose personally to play with in Survivor. Me, this is 5 males. That would be me. Then I would choose, and they also said choose them and why. So I'm gonna try to do that too. So there would be me, and then Boo, Bernice, from Fiji. Boo was one of the most physical players to ever play the game. He was a challenge beast. I know him personally as well. So not only being that athletic, I can trust him as far as I know. So this is all in my mind, so it doesn't matter if I could be wrong, but what I'm saying is Boo is the type of player that wins, and I think he's going to win if he played again. So he would be the number 1 choice for me. Number 2, male, James Clement. James, again, he is a monster. He is a Greek god. James is the best specimen that Survivor has ever had in the history of the game. That guy is the real deal. Should have played in the NFL. That's another story for James. But again, the trust value, that's what I have to understand. That's what I have to deal with. The trust, and then the athletic. Like, where can I go? Because Jeff said I only get 9. So I have to choose them wisely. I choose James. There's no one in this game that can roll over James. No one in the history of Survivor can move James, except for me because I broke his kneecap. You see that happen. Next, Ozzy. Ozzy is probably the most iconic athlete to ever play the game. I think that I could trust Ozzy. I know Ozzy. I think that we can work together. When you're all together, it's hard to all work together. So, I would choose Ozzy because my first goal would be to win every single challenge. First goal. And then we work with stabbing each other in the back once we get to the end of the game. I challenge you to come up with anything that could beat this team. You can't. Alright. Alright, where are we at? Let's see. Number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. And that would be Joe from Worlds Apart. Now, I've met Joe only a few times. I choose Joe because I think he is a beast. He is probably the only person that could beat Ozzy in anything. In their prime, of course. We don't know how Ozzy's going to work in his 40s. So, I'm assuming he's still an athlete. Boo in his 40s. James in his 40s. Russell in his 40s. Joe in his 30s. We got to get somebody in their 30s. I think he'd be in his 30s. Maybe 40s. I don't know. But anyway, Joe would be the next for me because I think that he's the only person in my mind that can compete with Ozzy. So, I don't know Joe personally. I've met him a few times. I like him. But I think I could trust him. And I think I've always been able to talk to him. So that's the thing. You got to be able to talk to people and work together. I think I can do that with Joe. So Joe would be my 5th guy. Now, my girls are going to be surprising for a lot of you. So we'll go ahead and get this started. Number 1 is going to be shocking. Probably a lot of people won't understand it. But again, I have to be able to trust them. Krista Klump from my 3rd time I played. She was the head cheerleader of Auburn University. Super athletic. Never got to show anything. That my number 2 is almost the same. But not the same. So she never got to show her ability in playing the game, which I think that it's a travesty for the game. We wanted to see people play. Sometimes we don't get to see them play. She's somebody that I think I could trust, and I think that she would win challenges along the way. Number 2 on the girl side, Michaela. Michaela Wingle from Brandon's season. Now, she was a what was it? The girls football team that they had, hitting like that. She did that. She was a bodybuilder recently, doing all that stuff. She's a beast, a for real beast that we never got to see play again. So, and somebody that I trust. And y'all might think, oh, what route is he going now? I am picking my team. So this is my team, not yours. You could not pick a team that could beat this team. That's all I'm saying. All right, next one. Kelly Wentworth. Not so much that I trust her so much, which I kind of do, but I think she's inspiring. I think she's a great player. I think that she belongs among the best. And I would have her on my team all day long. So girls, Krista, Michaela, Kelly. So far. I don't think that's weak at all. Next one, Kim. Yep. Kim. That settles everything. It puts everything together. Again, I think I could play with Kim. I do. I think she's an amazing person. I think that her physical game and her mind game is on point. So, Kim would be the next player for me. I think that right now, I'm unstoppable with this team. And my last contestant is going to be someone that you will not expect, for sure. Now, the only reason I didn't get to play with this person is because I wasn't on her side. And we played together in season 19, and it was like I seen her in action. I seen how focused she was. I seen what she brought to the table, and I liked it, but it wasn't for me, so I had to get rid of her. And that's Laura. That's right. I would bring Laura on my top 10 players on my team. I would, because she's a beast in challenges. I think that I would definitely go as far to say that Laura, if you did some type of season with a bunch of females, Laura will 100% come out at the end of that game. Especially if it was a physical game. Like when you're talking about people like Michelle, that recently played in Winners at War, and going head to head with a girl like Laura. By the way, Michelle's about to play in the challenge. So, remember this. Going head to head with a girl like that, she would get destroyed. Destroyed. I'll probably get some hate for that comment, but Laura don't like me anyway. So, they both don't like me, I'm sure. So I don't care one way or the other. I'm just saying that would be someone like that. Someone that came at me, that tried to get me out. I would put her in the top 10 because it makes sense. So that's what I got, guys. That is my 10 that I would choose, my 9 that I would choose if Probst called me tomorrow and said, let's make this happen. Give me 9 players, 4 guys, 5 girls. I'll get them on your team. Because whoever chooses, if it was Richard Hatch, I'm looking at the list. Richard Hatch, he ain't choosing one of these people. Maybe Ozzy. But I'm going to choose him before him because Ozzy's my number 4 pick. So, yeah. If it's Rob, he is destroyed because he's going to go friends. It's my boys. I went with some of my boys, but my boys are badasses. So, just saying. My boys are more badass than your boys. What you going to go with, Rob? Who are you going to go? Who could Boston Rob go with? What 10 could he choose that could actually... Because this whole thing is about trusting you, too. It's not about me just picking the best. It's about me picking the best and get further for me to get further in the game. He couldn't choose nobody because nobody likes him. So, that says a lot. Anyway, that's all I got. I got a green screen. I got me. My name is Russell Hance. I'm your guy, and that's all I got for you. Keep hope alive.